Welcome to reverse opening theory. Here we begin in the middle game. Black has just played g6. It's move 14 in the Spanish opening. And we're going to take a look at how we got these pieces onto these squares. Then we're going to go forward, going through a game in this variation. The pawn's on g6. The knights are here on g3 and f3. The knight's on f6 and d7. The knight came from f1, the bishop came from e7. Knight f1, rook e8, bishop c2, bishop b7, knight d2, knight d7, pawn d4, knight back to b8. So we're going to discuss this retreating move soon. Pawn was on h3, black just castled, bishop b3, pawn d6, b5, rook e1, bishop e7, white just castled, knight came to f6, bishop tucked back to a4, a6, and here we have the Spanish opening. So we take it from the beginning, then we go through again. e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5. The Spanish, and after a6, we tuck the bishop back to a4, knight f6, white now castles. Bishop e7 played. If black takes on e4, this is the open Spanish, which we won't discuss in this video. Bishop e7, rook e1, defending your center, b5, bishop b3, d6. Black has his pawn chain in the middle, c3, castle, h3, and now knight b8. This retreating move. The knight goes back to b8, so then the pawn can come to c5, d4, knight d7. Also now, the knights defend each other. Knight d2. So there's some symmetry at the moment, because white's knights are also defending each other. Bishop b7, bishop c2, defending the center, rook e8. So then when the bishop gets out the way, this rook is putting pressure on e4. Knight f1, bishop f8, knight g3. So here we have it after g6. Here we have the Spanish braid. It's move 14. Let's discuss each piece. I've already talked about the knight, so let's discuss the bishops. Well, this bishop is attacking e4, but white has his one defending. This bishop is going to come to g7 now. This bishop on c1, maybe he'll come out to g5 or to e3. Pawn structure, let's discuss. White has 2 in the middle. Black has 2 in the middle as well. Pawn structure on the queen side is more interesting because is this a strength or a weakness on the queen side? White's going to attack this chain with a4, and then the rooks are now in the game. Next piece, the queen. Where can each queen go? Black can go c6 and then queen c7, so then the rooks protect each other. Once this bishop goes out, then the queen can go to d2. Finally, the rooks. Both rooks are on the same file. We have both on the A and the E file. Knight g3 and g6. a4, c5, d5, c4. So here we have a huge change in the pawn structure, because when black gets a pawn to c4, this knight can go to c5. At the moment, this bishop is blocked in, but maybe it can come back in the game. So let's check out this game. Bishop g5, h6, bishop e3. Now this could be a weakness, but it looks useful because it's guarding g5. Bishop is now here. Queen d2 can support it. Knight c5. So this is the game Mickey Adams against David Baramidze. Queen d2, h5. King h7 was also possible. And now take, rook b1. So a complete change in the pawn structure. The e file is shut, so now white switches over to the e file. So let's go through this game now. Knight d7, b3. Let's just attack the queen side structure. Knight b6, queen e2, putting more pressure. Queen puts pressure on c4. The knight can reroute to d2. Take, c4, back, and bishop c8. There was just too much pressure on the b file. So you can't save it, so take, and now a5. Well, you can save it. There was a brilliant line, but it's just so hard to see. You go h4 first, just kicking the knight away, and then you can sacrifice in the middle. Take, and now you can go e4, and then knight d5. This is much better than the game, practically speaking. 2 pawns for the piece, and then the black pieces can come in the game. However, bishop d1, he retreated, giving up a pawn, but shutting down the a file. Let's see the rest. Knight d2. Now, this is just so weak. Queen c7, knight f1, bishop d7, knight e3. All white's pieces just ganging up on c4. Rook c8, queen f3, a4, bishop e2, rook a5. Knight c4, it's just dropping, take, take, bishop e8. He's just 2 pawns down. Let's see the rest. b6, queen d6, let's just tuck it back, and rook c5. He didn't even take because I think you can just push and you can't stop it. There's no point. So, also, knight c4 attacks queen and rook. Rook c5, bishop c2, rook takes e3, bishop takes a4, take, take. Oh, bishop takes a4, b7, intermezzo, why not? Rook takes a4, this is over. Rook a7, king g7, really cool tactic coming up just to finish it off. King h2, bishop e7, rook a8, rook takes b7, and now knight f5, check winning. The point is, after you take, here, barometer resign, you can go rook b7, I think. Oh, it's queen h5. Oh, God. Queen h5, even better, because queen h8 is mate with rook g8.